Welcome to day number 14. Oh, God, dog. It's not even. It's not even live on the. Hold on. Is it? Oh, okay. Jeez Louise. Okay. I was about to get so frustrated. I digress. Welcome to day 14 of 90 Day Challenge to Grow a Podcast Business, making $100,000 within the next 90 days while helping 100 podcasters either launch their podcast, grow their podcast, and or make money from their podcast. And so recently for day 13, day 12, and day 11, day 11 and 12, I was at Veterans Expo event for 2025. That was an amazing event. Amazing. Learned so much, met so many different people, and connected with so many different, not only veterans, but entrepreneurs who's looking to thrive in life, thrive in their business. Yesterday, for day 13, my intention was to go live. My intention was to show the behind the scenes. My intention was to do the work. However, we went to church, we went grocery shopping, and me and my wife had a 2-hour walk here, which was actually pretty good. And so I'm going to consider day 13 not as a waste, but as a day to rebuild, or what is it called? What is it called? I guess take a break and get back into the groove. Because one thing that stops a lot of people, a lot of podcasters, is that they become overwhelmed with doing everything. By them doing everything, they stop doing what's going to move the needle and help them make a bigger impact. And so this is so incredible. This is so important. This is so valuable, because one thing that I'm learning throughout this challenge, throughout this 90-day challenge, is that I have to remain clear and have clarity on the customers that I'm serving, on the value that I can provide, and the problem I'm looking to solve. Because if I can focus on a problem that I'm looking to solve, I will be able to solve their problem so many different times, so many different ways, with so many different people, because I'm focusing on it. And as I'm focusing on it, I'm getting better. As I'm focusing on it, I'm improving. As I'm focusing on it, I'm growing. So we're gonna go over what we've been going over the last couple of days. And if this is your first time here, joining the 90-day challenge to grow podcast business, let me know where you're tapping in from. Let me know where you're chiming in from. Our biggest asset, our biggest growth, our biggest impact that we have amongst others is growing with each other. And that's been a great lesson I've been learning over the last couple of days, couple of weeks, because I discovered more about the process, the type of business I want to have, and the importance behind it. So we're gonna recap. We're going to actually recap from day 1 all the way up to day 14. Just so if you're new to the challenge, if you're new here, if you're new watching the challenge, I just know there has been growth. There has been so much growth. I can't even put how much growth has came from this challenge, but I'm only a third in. Not even. I'm only like I'm 14 days in, and Jesus Christ, like I'm literally I'm barely a third in. And so what we're gonna do, we're gonna recap what's been happening and the importance behind it. So let me come to my screen. Let me know where you're chiming in from. Let me know where you're tapping in from. So that way we can start building a family, because we are growing the FIK family, because we are a family. We grow, we excel, and we multiply together. And that's what my goal is to build a community from this challenge, to let you know that you are not alone. So let me go ahead and share my screen. There we go. So just to recap for the last 14 days of everything that has happened. The biggest thing that inspired me to do this challenge was the Streaming University by Casanet. Casanet hosted a streaming university event where a lot of streamers, upcoming streamers, ones that are looking to grow and expand themselves, they came to this event, and the event not only taught them about streaming, but it taught them more about like the business side of content creation, the business side of streaming. I'm a podcaster. I'm not a streamer. I'm a podcaster. And I'm like, man, how can I apply that to my business, to what I have going on? And how can I apply streaming to what I'm doing? For one, For two, okay, you really have to be consistent with it. So they brought a lot of people there to start learning and be around a community, be around streamers, so they won't feel alone, so they won't feel abandoned, so they won't feel like they have to figure everything out. The following lesson was omnipresence. A guy named Agent, he explained that you have to be everywhere. And I explained when I first learned about omnipresence, it was a guy named Grant Cardone, and he explained that you have to be everywhere. If you're not everywhere, how are people going to connect with you? And so I also explained when I first did my 90-day challenge, the first 90-day challenge to make $100,000, I had so many different errors that I wasn't expecting to happen, but they happened, and I had to learn how to pivot on the spot. I had to learn how to change and update and reach out to customer service, and it was overwhelming. And then the next thing I learned or spoke about was the email list. I spoke about the email list on day 2, give or take, and I have yet to add people to the email list. So I need to communicate with the list that I already have, inform them about the challenge that I'm doing, inform the audience that I'm doing, so that way people can start being more engaged with the challenge that I'm currently running. So you have to communicate with your customers. If you're not communicating with your customers, you're not reaching out to the right population, to the right people. And my goal is to reach out to the people who has interest in launching a podcast, growing a podcast, and making money from their podcast. The next thing that we went over is that there's over 8 billion people in this world. That's a lot of people to try to reach out to 8 billion people in this world. And so what the biggest takeaway from this challenge is to really be more clear on the people that you like to serve, how you can go about helping them, and the problem that everyone is facing. And the next lesson that we discovered is website funnels. When you have attention, you have people that's looking and interested in what you are doing. Then you have customers who are interested, and after that, they start buying, and then they become friends, which means that you can do more business with the people who you already have attention by. And so you can do that by posting, speaking, going on to podcasts, going on to radio, and promoting yourself. And then launching a podcast is a small problem. 5 million podcasts is 10%. I can help. I can't help all 5 million. On the contrary, what if I help 50,000 people or 50,000 podcasts or 500 podcasters? What if I just help a small group of podcasters rather than a whole community of podcasters? So 1%. We talked about that. Feedback. I understood the importance of feedback recently, and you have to give feedback to understand if you're improving, if you're not improving, if it's working, if it's not working, if it is working, how is it working. So over time, you get better, and you start to become more improved. And you have to continue to get feedback. What's working? What's not working? What did the customers like? What did they not like? How can you improve? How can you be better? YouTube thumbnail. YouTube thumbnails when I was trying to do everything. I was trying to create the YouTube thumbnails, reaching out to different customers, creating the funnels, and so on and so forth. And it can be overwhelming trying to do everything. And I can't say that it is. It's not overwhelming. However, since I'm doing everything, I have a basic understanding of everything. It's going to position me differently. So there's shout out to the book Do More Faster. You have to do more faster by changing, updating, and pivoting how you will need to. So I'm recently gonna go over this right here. One-to-one method is one-on-one conversations, one-on-one in-person conversation. And to multiply the amount of people that you're reaching out to, you have to increase the amount of people that you're speaking to at a certain point in time. So this one actually makes sense today for day 14 because that's what we're going to go over again. And so the following lesson was advertisements for podcast webinar. My goal is to do podcast webinars, speak to more people in a short span of time. For the ones that's willing to take action today, the ones that are going to be willing to pay the price for it and come from that. Okay, customer focus. Steve Jobs, he was the founder of Apple, and his focus was his customers. His customers was his focus. If you have happy customers, you have more customers. Day 6, focus on your customers. Went on and reads about podcasts, insight, information. So, insight, information. So, learn on the go. You have to be willing to learn on the go and test everything that you are doing. During this time, I think it was not day 7, but probably day 9 or 10, I started to run Facebook advertising. Oh my God. Oh, my space is low now. I thought I cleared it up. I can't even get to it. God dog. So before this shut off, I thought I had cleared it up. It's so annoying. Before I get to it, so I guess I would have to go with what's gonna go over for day 14 for day 15 because I gotta clear up the space. I gotta clear up the space because the space said that my computer said I'm running out of space. So I gotta clear up the space right quick. And God dog, I was about to get to it. So I'll just get to it day 15. But day 14, I'm about to post a video for day 14, and then we're going to go from there. So I'll see y'all for day 15 because my computer is unfortunately filled, and I have to empty it. God, dog, man.